keep telling myself that I'm going to start the day calm, but then I open my phone and the internet says, "Good morning. Here are 15 new reasons to lose faith in humanity." And surprise, surprise, I care about all 15. So now it's 8:03 a.m. and I am furious about a senator, a celebrity breakup, and a bakery that apparently hates rainbows, happiness, and love. And I haven't even stepped out of bed yet. Every headline feels like a moral pop quiz. Do you know enough? Do you care enough? Are you mad enough? I'm trying to be a decent human, but not a 24/7 outrage correspondent. Honestly, I keep thinking that I'll reach the end of the outrage barrel, but apparently it's a bottomless mimosa. We joke about being tired all the time, but this kind of tired isn't the kind a nap just fixes. Trust me, I've tried more than once. But this is that bone deep, brain fried, the world is just too loud kind of tired. The kind that would make Lizzo scream, "The F is going on." You know what I'm talking about? The fuck is going on? You know? And I don't think it's because we've stopped caring, as some boomers may claim. I think it's because we never stopped trying to care. Every day, we're handed this never-ending feed of things that demand our outrage, empathy, or both. One minute, you're watching a dog rescue, and then the next, you're doom reading about climate collapse and how Elon is on his way to becoming the world's first trillionaire, and there just seems to be no boundary between "that's tragic" and "that's my responsibility now." The internet flattened the whole world into one timeline, and we're all standing on it at once, emotionally multitasking 20 different crises before lunch. Our bodies treat every new headline like some saber-toothed tiger. The cortisol is up, our hearts are racing, except now the tiger literally lives inside of our pockets. Our brains were never meant to hold this much heartbreak, this much injustice, this much everything. And the wild part, we feel guilty when we step away. Like taking a break means that we don't care enough. How can we take a break when wars rage and a genocide takes place? But caring isn't supposed to feel like drowning. It's supposed to feel like connection, but lately it feels a lot more like noise. Like we're all just living inside of this group chat that we can't leave. And we don't know who started it. We also don't know who anybody is because all the numbers are just phone numbers. Nobody saved. Who are these people? How did we get in here? I don't know. So yeah, we're not apathetic. We're overloaded. And that constant emotional static, it's wearing us out. Anger has always had a purpose. Every movement that ever mattered started with someone saying enough. Righteous anger has built revolutions, toppled empires, rewritten laws. It's a holy kind of fire, but lately it feels less like a bonfire and more like this grease fire that we just can't put out. Because someone has figured out that anger is profitable. Outrage keeps us online, and online keeps the lights on for platforms, for media outlets, for politicians. The longer we stay mad, the longer they stay rich, elected, or both. Neuroscience time, but I'll keep it super short. When we get angry, our brains release dopamine. You've probably heard of dopamine. It's the chemical behind winning a game or getting a like. It's that little rush that tricks us into coming back for more. So every "can you believe this?" headline is basically just a slot machine for our nervous systems. Algorithms Love that. They don't care why you're mad, only that you are. The more outrage you feed them, the more outrage they feed you. It's like an all you can eat buffet of fury, and we just keep going back for seconds. And politicians, well, they've learned the recipe too. Keep voters furious at the other side, and nobody notices your own bullshit. We spend so much time pointing at their hypocrisy that we never stop and ask why our people keep breaking the same freaking promises. It's like outrage theater. Everyone is performing indignation, but nothing is ever actually changing backstage. And we just continue to struggle and suffer. I'm not saying we stop being angry. Anger, remember, is still sacred fuel. I'm saying let's start asking who's driving the car and where the heck is it taking us, because nothing is looking familiar anymore, guys. If outrage is the only gear that we've got, the machine just keeps on running, and then we just keep on burning out. Here's the thing no one tells you about living in a constant state of outrage. Eventually, it rewires you. Your nervous system doesn't know the difference between fighting for justice and just fighting in the comments. All it knows is that you're in battle mode again. And at this point, all of our adrenal glands, they deserve hazard pay. And that starts to impact the way we move through the world. We start mistaking exhaustion for apathy. We stop trusting people who disagree with us, even when maybe they just need a moment to process before weighing in. Every issue starts to feel urgent, and every silence is very suspicious. We become these hyper-vigilant, heartbroken humans who care so much that we forget how to rest. I've felt it too, especially as a former Christian teacher, and as a current feminist, activist, ally. I've watched a lot of people, even people I know and loved in real life, aim their outrage at me for simply existing, for changing my mind, for growing, for setting boundaries, for being queer. And I get it. It's easier to turn a person into a symbol than to sit in the discomfort that the world is more complicated than we really want it to be. But it still hurts. It's exhausting trying to live in nuance when the internet rewards whoever yells first and the loudest. Outrage has made us louder, but also it's made us lonelier. We're all standing in this crowded room shouting for justice, and somehow nobody can hear each other anymore. Even when we want the same things: peace, equity, a livable planet. We're so busy defending our corner that we forget that we're all in the same fire. So maybe the real cost of constant outrage isn't just burnout, it's disconnection from each other, from joy, from the very reasons we started caring in the first place. So anger isn't the enemy. It wakes us up. It reminds us what matters. It lights the match for the change. But if all we ever do is burn, we run out of oxygen before the work is done. Outrage can expose a problem, but it's action that fixes it. March, donate, call, vote, organize, create, educate, make art, raise kids who care. Hell, yell when it's needed, but yell with purpose. The goal isn't to quiet down. Please hear me here. I have no intentions of quieting down, and neither should you. But we do need to rest. And we need stability and we need that rest so that we can take that anger and actually turn it into the energy that's going to actually move things forward. And I know I can't be the only one that needs to hear this today. I can't be the only one who's exhausted from carrying all of these cares lately. So here is what we all need to hear, and that's that rest isn't retreat. It's not surrender. It's not apathy. It's refueling. Taking a break isn't giving up. It's grabbing water before the next round, because movements die when their people collapse, but not when they nap. I'm still in the messy learning when it comes to this type of balance, when to engage, when to step back, when to touch grass, so that I can come back swinging. The world doesn't need less passion. It needs passion with stamina. So keep caring, my friend. Keep showing up. Keep raising your voice. Just make sure that you still have one tomorrow. Let's build a culture that knows how to fight hard and how to recover well. And if you need a space that helps you practice that rhythm, showing up, resting, repeating, that's why I created You Needed This. It's my weekly newsletter. It's not about checking out, but it's about learning to breathe in between rounds so that we can stay in the ring longer. So if you're interested in joining, it's completely free. I send it out every week. It's like a little letter from me full of encouragement and reminders to tap into your values and to chase your passions and create space in your life for rest. The link is in the description box down below if that's interesting. The world is still on fire. So let's pace ourselves so that we can actually keep putting it out. If this video left you feeling like, okay, maybe I do need to touch some grass, same. But then get back up because we've got a lot of work to do. If you have made it this far, thank you for overthinking outrage with me today. The internet might run on outrage, but I'm betting that we can build something better. A little corner of the internet that runs on curiosity and care and the occasional meme. So if this gave you a breather, consider helping out a mom who's trying to build up a little side hustle here on this channel by simply hitting the like button or even just sharing it with one of your burnt out friends. Also, subscribe if you want more conversations just like this that remind you that you're not crazy for caring. The world's still loud, but we don't have to let the noise decide who we are. Why don't you go have a nap? You deserve it. No, I'm not a writer.
Okay.